fake, fall away.
Oh my God. 2 Wando back with another video. Today we got some Larry Bird, bro, making a case. You know what I'm saying? This video has been highly recommended from my viewers, so I appreciate all the support and everything y'all been putting in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, I gotta find out why is this video, like, why y'all want me to watch this video? You know what I'm saying? I gotta find out. But you know what I'm saying, I've been rocking with Larry Bird recently, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully this is some good information that I don't know, because I've been watching a lot of Larry Bird, so I know a lot of information about him now. But you know what I'm saying? So let's get straight to the video. But before we get to the video, make sure y'all subscribe, comment what y'all want to see next, like the video, bro. We on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so make sure y'all get it done for me, man. And man, let's get straight to it.
The size of the court and the lack of pads or helmets give fans the most intimate experience of a team sport that exists. And because of the different styles that basketball allows for, players develop their own distinct identities and signature styles through their creativity, flair, and athleticism. And although no player succeeds alone, the scoring volume and two-way nature of the sport give individual stars a nearly unprecedented amount of control over the flow and outcome of a game. For this reason, players are constantly compared to their peers and to the legends of the past in order to answer the most hotly contested question in the sport: who's the greatest to ever do it? For many, the question is redundant. They believe in only one right answer, their answer. Others might have their own personal stance, but acknowledge one or two alternatives. But
hey, it's Jordan or Larry Bird, bro. Me personally, it's Jordan or Larry Bird. Larry Bird is probably the best all-around player you could ever ask for, bro. He did it all. Michael Jordan is just, he had an amazing career, bro.
But I believe that there's much more nuance to the question of greatness and more answers to it than you might think. By my count, there are 8 players in NBA history that have a substantial claim as the GOAT. It's a subjective thing though. I can't give you a definitive answer. All I can do is make the argument. So today, I'll be making the case for Larry Bird as the greatest basketball player of all time.
Alright, so here we go, y'all. Larry Bird, we making a case on why he the greatest player of all time, bro. I'm looking forward to this one.
When it comes to basketball, Larry Bird is the smartest, clutchest player to ever play the game. Now, if you don't think that Larry Bird is the greatest basketball player of all time, you probably hate that I just said that. Those are the kind—
Why would you? It's facts. Bro, there's no arguing. Larry Bird is definitely one of the smartest, highest IQ players I've ever seen play the game of basketball. Even though he wasn't the fastest on the court, he's able to do everything. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of talking head sport cliches that surely impact the game but are impossible to empirically measure. Normally, I'd agree with you, but I think that when you talk about Larry Bird, you see those intangibles become real, palpable results. I wouldn't have said it if I didn't believe it. When Larry Bird was drafted by the Boston Celtics in 1978, the NBA needed saving. Attendance was in the toilet, the league had few marketable stars, cocaine addiction had several players in its grasp, and most damning of all, playoff games were being tape delayed. Playoff games at the highest level of basketball were being put in the back seat for black and white movies and network reruns.
But y'all lucky though, because Larry Bird took that year off and he went back to college. So he started off in what was it, 1980? Crazy. That was an extra season. He could have went crazy.
Rather than join the Celtics after being taken 3rd overall, Larry Bird decided to return for his final year at Indiana State, a decision that would prove to be one of the most important in the history of the sport. Bird's final year saw the Sycamores tear through college basketball, going 33-0 before the national championship game. Bird, already claimed by the NBA's most historic and prestigious franchise, had established himself as the generational talent who would inherit the mantle of pro basketball. Indiana State's opponent in the national championship was Michigan State, captained by the immortal Earvin Magic Johnson. The Sycamores lost the championship to the more talented Spartans in the highest rated game in the history of basketball, at any level, still to this day. The stage had been set. The next decade of basketball would be defined by the rivalry between the white hick from French Lick and his Boston Celtics, and the Black Magic and his Showtime Lakers.
No, that was a crazy description. But yeah, bro, basically Larry Bird said that drove him, man. You know what I'm saying? He was very upset that he lost against Magic Johnson in his college days, but you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, it just makes you a better person. You know what I'm saying? Better player. No, now you got something to play for. You know what I'm saying? They was rivals for a minute, and they put on a good show. It is what it is.
The rivalry between Bird and Johnson is entwined into the fabric of the NBA and is worthy of 100 documentaries. In this video, though, we're going to be looking at Bird's claim of supremacy. Here's Bird's basketball resume.
Yikes. It's not a lot of people that I can say they got this type of resume, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? He definitely get put on the list, man. Definitely get put on the list.
His 3 championships come with perhaps the highest collective degree of difficulty of any player's championships. His 3 MVPs came consecutively, making him only the 3rd player to accomplish the feat, along with Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain. His 2 finals MVPs are misleading. He was absolutely the best player on the '81 Celtics, but he was only a sophomore, and his 15 points per game in the finals gave the media an excuse to exact a little vengeance on a legendarily difficult interview. His All-Star and first-team selections also come with the caveat that Bird only played for 13 seasons and missed all but 6 games of the '89 season following surgeries on both feet. I can hear you already. A 13
years, and he was selected 12 out of the 13? That should let you know right there that Larry Bird was good and consecutive through all his years.
Your career, and this guy is supposed to be the GOAT? What color of paint are you huffing, Clayton? Green, obviously. But hear me out. Yeah, Bird's career lasted about 2/3 as long as it should have. But what he did in that time was so impressive and so substantial that every basketball fan acknowledges that he's in the conversation as the greatest ever. Doesn't it matter that those 13 years saved professional basketball, delivered a disproportionate amount of memorable moments, defined the golden age of the league, and produced a career by which all other forwards, before or since, are measured? Bird squeezed every drop of talent out in those 13 years and made it seem more like 30.
Hey, imagine if he didn't get injured, bro. Because he retired at what, 92, 93, bro? He would have played like 7 more seasons through the 90s. It would have changed the whole book. The whole book would have been changed in the NBA. Because he was still good. He was still put up numbers even though he was injured, bro. Bro, he had all types of injuries going on with himself, and he was still working Jordan, working Magic Johnson. So, you know what I'm saying? He would have definitely been a top tier player.
Like a full box score, a blowout win, a nearly undefeated record at home, and a play style that could only be described one way: white. Larry Bird isn't just a white basketball player, he's the white basketball player. To describe Larry Bird's game is to thumb through the Hoops dictionary and pick out every cliche about white players. Unathletic, great shooter, good fundamentals, the whole thing. The archetype of a white basketball player is Larry Bird.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, Larry Bird a funny individual, bro. He said it was disrespectful to put another white man on him, bro. I said, oh, you different, bro. You different. I mean, he knew something that everybody didn't know, so I'm gonna just leave it at that.
With one exception, he had an unparalleled player. Jerry West called him nearly as perfect as you can get. He was the league's first great marksman. He could contort his body to shoot from anywhere on the court, regardless of the level of defense. He pioneered the art of the dagger 3 and was the founding member of the 50-40-90 club.
And also to add on top of that, bro, the 3-point line just was a thing when he got in the league, bro. So not only was he great, he had to adapt to a whole nother game. To now is the best thing ever. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to shoot threes now. So for him to do that and adjust to the 3-point line and actually be good at shooting threes is amazing to me, bro. It's amazing to me.
At 6'9", Bird's understanding of angles and coordination led to a higher rebounding average than Patrick Ewing, and it made him an impressively adept finisher in his younger years. In '86, Bird dropped 47 points on the Blazers, playing the majority of the game left-handed. His lack of quick lateral movement meant that Bird didn't do much when it came to slapping the floor and picking up the opposing point guard, but his size and omniscience gave him the ability to body similarly sized players, read defenses like a free safety, and pick off passing lanes with ease. His passing was transcendent, and I'll highlight it later.
Hey, so who else did that as an NBA player? Who else said, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna play the game with my non-dominant hand and still win and still go crazy"? I don't know who else did it, bro. So for him to do that, you got it, bro. You got it.
And of course you need to know that Larry Bird was a tough M effort. He had a superhuman motor and dove for loose balls like a beagle at the park. He was a willing participant in his share of fights, often precipitated by his league-renowned trash talk.
Larry Bird told Robert Reedy to stay there. He should have stayed in preaching. That was funny. He had 50 points.
I was guarding in my rookie year. He looked at me and he goes, "You can't stop me." And I looked at him and I said, "Gosh, boy, you're so confident." He proceeded to score like 10 straight points on me. The coach took me out the game. He walks by and he's laughing at me.
He was a basketball genius.
See, that's another thing about Larry Bird. When he got to talking, he backed it up. He said, "Oh, I'm gonna go to the corner and shoot in your face." Guess what he did? Just that. He said, "I'm gonna go to the corner and shoot in your face." He went to the corner and shot in his face, bro. That's crazy to me, B. That's crazy to me. It's not fun unless you're talking a little smack, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. That just makes the game even more fun.
He'd be a step ahead, a thought ahead. Play the game like a chess game.
I'd much rather guard Michael Jordan than Larry Bird because you have to play the game as a thinker when you're playing him. You have to get inside his mind.
If you put all of us in a room, Magic, Jordan, myself, and Bird probably be the guy who walks out of the room at the end of the day.
Did you notice something during those testimonies? Those are some of the best basketball players of all time, and they all sing Bird's praises like they were former assassins who had to go toe-to-toe with John Wick and they're just happy to be alive. Bird excelled during one of the most talent-rich periods in league history. The abridged list of his basketball rivals goes like this: Dr. J and Moses Malone on the Philadelphia 76ers, Sidney Moncrief on the Milwaukee Bucks, Isaiah Thomas, Bill Laimbeer and the Bad Boy Pistons, Dominique Wilkins on the Atlanta Hawks, Bernard King on the New York Knicks, Michael Jordan on the Chicago Bulls, Hakeem Olajuwon and Ralph Sampson on the Houston Rockets, and of course, Magic Johnson, James Worthy, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the Los Angeles Lakers.
They all gave Larry Bird his respect, bro. I mean, it's there, bro. How can you not give him his respect, bro? It's Larry Bird. He worked with what he had to work with, and he did a good job at it.
Alright, there's no point avoiding it any longer. We have to look at Magic versus Larry. If you have Magic over Larry, it's because he has 5 rings to Larry's 3, had a peak that lasted about 2 or 3 years longer than Larry's, and had a 2-1 record against Bird's Celtics in the finals. Perfectly legitimate, completely respectable arguments.
I ain't gonna lie, I know it's a respectable argument, but like me personally, I have Larry Bird over Magic Johnson. The rings, on the other hand, I mean, if you want to talk more on that side, then yeah, I'll have Magic over Larry Bird, but better as a player in general, I have Larry Bird also because he did a great job, bro. He did everything on the floor. He was a great shooter, passer, defender, rebounder, like just made your whole team better. And Magic Johnson did the same thing, but he wasn't really like a Larry Bird. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all gotta come with me right now.
But in the interest of making Bird's case, allow me to retort. For nearly the entire decade of the 1980s, the Eastern Conference was irrefutably the more competitive conference between the two. Considering the competition, for Bird to have made 5 finals appearances is just as impressive as Magic's 9.
And then on the other hand, Magic Johnson played more seasons than Larry Bird, so who knows what Larry Bird could have really accomplished in his career.
For the head-to-head record responsible for Magic's 2 extra titles, he had more help. Seriously, the Celtics' Big 3 and the Lakers' Big 3 get compared all the time historically as if they were of equal caliber, but weren't Magic's accomplices just a step above Bird's? No disrespect at all to Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish, but Kareem was the alpha dog on the 71 Bucks and was the best player for at least 2 of the Lakers' 5 titles. James Worthy was the #1 pick out of UNC after winning a championship as the best player on a team that had Michael Jordan on it. Throw in the fact that Magic got to be coached by Pat Riley, one of the most brilliant minds in basketball history, and you could say that the Magic Bird argument comes down to one thing: luck. So if their careers come down to luck, the question just becomes who you would rather take. Now, I'm not making this video to tell you why you shouldn't take Magic. I'm making this video to tell you why you should take Bird. Not just over Magic, but over everybody.
I'm definitely taking Larry Bird over Magic, bro. Hey, it's already set in stone, bro.
One thing that helps him is the fact that his play would translate perfectly into the league today. A 6'9" sharpshooting forward with eyes in the back of his head who averaged double-digit rebounds in an era against Moses and Lambeer. He'd gobble up boards as a power forward. He'd be an offensive mismatch against everybody as a small ball center, and his off-ball skills and passing would pair perfectly with the flow of today's game. Add in his competitive mania and 3 generations worth of medical advancements, and we're talking about a player who could have stuck around so long they would have had to rename the league. As you've been watching these clips of Bird, I would hope that you would notice something. He always knows where everybody is. Watching Bird play basketball is like watching those monsters from A Quiet Place that know where you are if you make any noise at all. Bird had a level of clairvoyance that bordered on the unnatural. In '85, he ended up 1 steal away from a quadruple double after playing just the first 3 quarters. His passing was famously infectious.
3 quarters? It took him 3 quarters to do that. And then he sat out the 4th quarter. It must not have been important to him, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, because if it was me personally, I would have got back in that game and got that last steal. Guaranteed.
And helped transform the Celtics of the 80s into an ideal that basketball teams at all levels are still shown tape of. They moved the ball with precision and intent, always looking for better shots and determined to get the entire team involved in the effort. That fact is almost entirely attributable to Bird and his wizardry with the ball. This acumen also helped Bird become the only player with a GOAT claim to transition successfully into other basketball roles after his playing career. In his 3 years as the head coach of the Pacers, Bird won a Coach of the Year award, coached the Pacers to their first and only finals appearance, and gave Michael Jordan as much trouble as he'd ever gotten in his career in the '98 Eastern Conference Finals.
But I ain't gonna lie, Jordan still won that. Jordan, hey, we all gotta acknowledge that, bro. Jordan still won that, bro.
After moving into a front office role for Indiana, he won Executive of the Year in 2012, becoming the only person to have an MVP, Coach of the Year, and Executive of the Year award. On the court or off of it, inside and out, Larry Bird sees basketball as only he can. That intelligence also lent itself to Bird's defining skill, making the big plays. Remember, NBA players get paid to win games. James Harden is getting paid nearly $40 million this year because he's supposed to help the Rockets win games. Victory can be achieved in a lot of ways, and the win column doesn't care how it happens. As Mark Sinclair once said,
It don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
Hey, he said it good. Winning is winning. If you win, that's all that matters at the end of the day, regardless of what anybody say.
But when your team is down 1 in a crucial playoff game with 8 seconds left, and you need to hit a shot to stay in the series and keep your season alive, that's where players really separate themselves and earn their money. Love it or hate it, it's the players that come through in the big moments that live forever in our memories. Some players, for whatever reason, were never able to do it consistently. Some players were truly outstanding at it. Larry Bird was the best at it.
Now that I agree. I'm not gonna lie to you. I only seen Larry Bird miss like 1 or 2 like really in the moment shots, bro. But other than that, he made almost every other one, guaranteed.
I'm not going to give you the stats about his field goal shooting under 2 minutes with a score that's this close, or tell you who has the most buzzer beaters or any of that.
Take that for data.
I'm just going to show you clutch moments in clutch situations. 1985 against the Blazers. Bird drops 48 points, including this. Down 1 with 2 seconds left.
Inbound pass, the double team in Bird. Larry, fake, fall away.
Oh my God! No,
1985
bro.
against the...
Nah, bro. Every time I see that, I always, man, that shot is crazy on 2 people though. Look at it.
Seconds left.
Inbound pass, the double team in Bird. Larry, fake, fall away.
That's crazy.
1985 against the Hawks. Bird sets the Celtics scoring record with 60 points with shots like these
They open the right side. Bird the fall away. He drills it again. That's the best shooting I've ever seen.
1986 against the Rockets. Not all of Bird's clutch moments were singular. The bigger the moment, the bigger his performance. In Game 6 of the 1986 NBA Finals, Bird clinches the championship with a triple-double in what he calls the best game he ever played.
2 seconds on the shot clock. Bird wants a three out of it. He gets it.
Bro, y'all let him walk out to the three-point line. Crazy. This man is a genius, bro. He knew what he was doing.
1987 against the Washington Bullets. Bird hits one shot to tie it before it's waved off because of a timeout. Hits another shot to tie it up for real.
Crowd is standing up. It goes now to Bird. Bird goes up top.
And then in double overtime, down one, he does this.
It's going to go to Bird. He's got a shot. Get it! And it's got it. It's a 3-point field goal. And that's
The Bullets was mad, bro. Honestly, bro, how do you let him hit 2 shots like that? First of all, how did they get the ball back? That's the real question. Man, y'all got to do better.
it's all over.
For 3 years, from 1986 to 1988, the three-point contest knew no other champion but Larry Bird.
He's still got to drop one here quickly. 14. This is a tie for the money. Yo! Larry Bird!
1980.
For him to win that in his little startup suit is crazy. That's crazy to me. He ain't even had to take off the jacket to win that. He already knew. The best three-point shooter in that time, for sure. He already knew what was going on.
87 Eastern Conference Finals, Game 5. Tied at 2 games apiece against the Bad Boy Pistons, this enormous game would put the winner 1 game away from the NBA Finals. The Pistons are up 1 with seconds remaining. The ball goes out of bounds off the Celtics. Isaiah Thomas just needs to inbound the ball to win the game.
Now there's a steal by Bird. Underneath the DJ.
Oh my God, bro. I didn't see this. I never seen this one. Bro, he stole it and then made a pass? Only for one of the greatest point guards, too.
There are truly too many big games and big moments for me to go through without this ending up as a documentary. But that all leads me to this, what I really want to talk about. 1987, NBA Finals, Game 4 against the Lakers. LA is up 2-1, and the Celtics need to win to tie the series and stay alive. Bird hits a 3 with 12 seconds left to go up by 2.
Oh, red flag. You left the best player on the court open?
Bird goes for 3.
Kareem comes down and gets fouled with 8 seconds left. He makes the first, but misses the second. LA ends up with the ball with 7 seconds left, down 1 point.
In the low post, being guarded by Dennis Johnson.
Byron Scott is in the ball game now.
Magic hits this, the baby skyhook.
Magic with a hook shot. Scores with 2.
2 seconds left, down 1.
Dennis Johnson on the inbound. Bird fires it.
What do you think happens? I bet it wasn't that. When I paused the tape and the ball was hanging in the air, you thought it was...
Not gonna lie, I thought when I seen that clip first, I thought he was gonna make it guaranteed. Just the poetry of how everything went out. He went back to the corner and was open. This is the shot I was talking about earlier. It's the only shot I've really seen Larry Bird miss in a clutch. And to be honest, it was an amazing, beautiful shot, bro. And you couldn't put it in nobody else's hands but Larry Bird.
It was going in. Bird thought it was going in. Magic thought it was going in. I've seen this game before, and I still think it's going to go in. But it didn't. Pat Riley said it himself. We got lucky. And that, a missed shot in the NBA Finals, is why he's the clutchest. Because after he makes the big plays, has the big games, hits the big shots, time and time again, you expect him to hit every shot, to win every game. And in those fleeting moments when he doesn't, when he looks like a mere human, when he looks like everyone else who tries to do what he does, you just can't believe it. That's what Larry Bird did. He made the big plays so often you thought he was going to make them every time. He helped turn basketball into a global phenomenon.
That's how you know who the real GOAT, bro. Everybody's on their feet. And like the coach, Magic Johnson, and all the other players, they thought he was gonna make it, bro. I mean, it looked good, but you know, he missed it, and it is what it is.
Paving the way for every Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, or LeBron James who comes through our lives. He played basketball in its purest form and captained a team that is consistently ranked among the greatest of all time. He has the second highest win percentage in the history of the NBA, behind Magic by less than 0.5%, about 10 games. He was the complete package, a player with no holes in his game whatsoever. They called him Basketball Jesus. He didn't get that name without doing something extraordinary. He saved basketball, and he did it by playing it better than anyone else. Here's Magic at Bird's retirement in 1993.
Larry Bird said that there would be another Larry Bird one day. And Larry, there will never, ever, ever be another Larry Bird. To the greatest basketball player ever, but more important, a friend forever.
Not gonna lie, they've been through it all, bro. They've been through it all. The greatest. Hey, this is a good rival, bro. That was definitely a great rival. Great rival. It couldn't have happened no better than that, bro. And to be honest, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson saved NBA. I don't know how effective the NBA would have been without him. You know what I'm saying? But great video, and I enjoyed it. You know, making a case that Larry Bird is the GOAT, and truly he is. I definitely got him up there. You know what I'm saying? I think Michael Jordan is 1, and Larry Bird is like 1A or 1B. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's up there for sure, regardless of the rings. But you know what I'm saying? Hopefully y'all learned a lot from this video. Hopefully y'all move Larry Bird up in y'all list, because he's truly one of the greatest to do it, and truly the best all-around player that you could ever ask for. But you know what I'm saying, if y'all enjoyed this video, you know what I'm saying, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Like I told y'all, we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so let's go get it, man. We're not stopping till we get it. Comment what y'all want to see next, and we on to the next video.